So today we will discuss the mathematical model for the vapor liquid equilibrium. Earlier we have discussed about the mathematical model using the Raoult's law. Now there is a new term we are going to introduce here, that is named as a relative volatility. So the meaning and the concept of volatility, as I already explained, it is a nature of how the material is vaporizes into the vapor phase from the liquid phase. Relative volatility means you are going to compare the volatility of one component with the other. It means we need at least two components. So here same the concept is, so we can define the relative volatility alpha as the ratio of the vapor pressure of A to the vapor pressure of B, that is the ratio of vapor pressure of light component to the heavy component. As per the nomenclature, A is the light component and B is the heavy components. So this alpha can be defined in this way for the binary system. So what is the use and application of the alpha? So as we know that this vapor pressure, either it is the A or B, both are a vapor pressure and they are depends on the temperature. So PA and upon PB, they will also depend on the temperature. So relative volatility can vary with respect to temperature. So the first thing, but their change is not very much high as compared to the vapor pressure. So, and the second important point related to the relative volatility, if suppose the alpha value becomes 1, so what happen if the value is 1? So if you put the alpha is equal to 1, it means that PA upon is equal to PB, that the both component have the same vapor pressure, that is PA is equal to PB, the vapor pressure of A is equal to the vapor pressure of B. What it means that both component A and B have the same tendency to vaporize into the vapor phase, and so the composition of A and B both in the vapor and liquid phase will be the same. Means if suppose 20% A is vaporizes into the vapor phase, so B will also be vaporizes 20%. So both will be the 20 and 20% from the liquid. So that is basically the meaning of alpha is equal to 1, and if that is happening, it means that no separation is possible. You cannot separate the material if the relative volatility is 1, because with the help of vaporization, both components are present in the same amount, either in the liquid phase or in the vapor phase. So the third point, if alpha value is greater than 1, it means that the vapor pressure of A is more as compared to the vapor pressure of B. So that is basically what we are going to do, and this is the common basically the things that normally and in fact always the A being a more volatile always have a more vapor pressure as compared to the component B. A is a more volatile. So if this is happening, it means that the amount of A will be more in vapor phase as compared to the B. The composition of A will be more in the vapor phase as compared to the B. So that's why the separations becomes easy, means you can separate A and B with the help of this concept, with the help of the vapor pressure. So as the alpha is more and more and is leaving from 1, so the separations becomes more easier. So that is basically the significance of relative volatility. We have to see how much the difference between these PA upon PB is. More difference means more easily separation is possible. Less difference, and if it is equal to 1, no separation is possible. So now come how to develop the VLE data with the help of relative volatility. So VLE mathematical model based on the relative volatility. So we know that alpha value is a ratio of these two values, the vapor pressure of A upon vapor pressure of B, and we also know that as per the Raoult's law, you can write down the relation of partial pressure is YE upon PT, and also the partial pressure is equal to XA upon PA, where this PA is a vapor pressure. This is a Raoult's law and this is a Dalton's law. So with the help of these values, PA, both cases are same. So you can just put this value YE upon PT is equal to XA upon PA. In this way, we can have a relationship between the vapor pressure XA and YA. So if you divide PA star is equal to this value from this given equations. So So if suppose there is a binary system, so if the PA star is this one, that the vapor pressure of is this one, if similarly we can find out that we can prove that PV is equal to YA, instead of YA it should be the YB, instead of XA it should be the XB, and PT, that is a total pressure, that will always be a constant value, so it will not change. So PA and PV is known, and what is the relative volatility? It is a ratio of PA upon PB. So if you divide PA upon PB, that will YA PT upon XA, and PB is equal to YB PT XB. PT will be crossed down, though these PT value will be presented here, and because it is available in the denominator and numerator, so automatically it will be cancelled out. So remaining is this one, YA XB upon YB XA. So we can say that alpha is value is equal to this one. Now there is a slight change. We can write this XB is nothing but, because of binary system, 1 minus XA. Similarly, YB we can write here 1 minus XA. So you have to convert these component B into the A with the help of these two equations. Put these equations in alpha, and it becomes alpha is equal to YA upon 1 minus YA, 1 minus XA upon XA. If you rearrange these values, you can develop this relationship, Y is equal to alpha XA upon 1 plus alpha minus 1 XA. So that is the final equation, mathematical model for the vapor liquid equilibrium database. If I'm interested to generate, we can generate it. So this is about the relative volatility based VLE mathematical equation. So you have to remember this equation. This is an important equation. You have to remember this equation. So now come to the comparison between the mathematical model of these two one. So we have already discussed about the Raoult's law in the previous lecture. Today we have discussed the model with the help of the relative volatility, and the equations, both these two equations are basically functioning equations. So you have to remember these two equations for the Raoult's law, and for the relative volatility this equation is given here. So what the difference? Let us just go through the difference. If suppose we are interested to generate the VLE data, so what we need, we have to first find out the temperature, because if the temperature is given, we can find out the vapor pressure. So temperature we have to find out. For the temperature, this is basically the thumb rule. The temperature should always, must always will be between the boiling point of component A and component B. So if you choose the temperature, at that temperature you have to find out the vapor pressure of the component A and component B, and put all these vapor pressure values. Total pressure, normally it is a 1 atmospheric, so PT is given. PA and PB you can find out with the help of the temperature. In this way you can calculate the XA and YA, that is our desired value, vapor liquid. So XA means liquid, YA means vapor composition. So VLE, vapor and liquid equilibrium composition will be developed, their data will be developed here. And as far as the this relative volatility is concerned, it's very easy one. You have to first just assume the relative volatility value, alpha value, and if you assume the alpha value, then the next step, assume the XA value, means you have to assume the value, it should be between 0 to 1, because XA means the composition, and composition in the fractional value it should be between 0 to 1. So as when you assume the value, automatically YA will be calculated. So in this way you can assume 10 different values from 0 to 1. You can have a data of the VLE from the relative volatility. So these are the comparison. If you go closely about this one, so you will see that VLE data that is generated, that is developed by the Raoult's law, have a more accuracy as compared to the relative volatility data, because in the relative volatility data no temperature effects are taken into the considerations, and we know that with the change in the temperature the things will be changed. So that's why we can say that this Raoult's law relative VLE data is more accurate, and as compared to the VLE data developed by the relative volatility. So that is about the mathematical model. Now let us look at the example how we can develop it. So VLE data we are going to develop with the help of these two models. The first model is relative volatility. So the very simple equation, Y is equal to alpha A 1 plus alpha minus 1 XA. So we are going to develop, we are taking some assumptions. For example, relative volatility value, we can take the value is 2, because I have already told you that it should be greater than 1. It cannot be equal to 1. So it can be taken as 2, it can be taken as 3, 2.5, and so on. So we are going to take value of XA, different 10 values. It is started from 0, the maximum value is 1. So we can take 0.11, 0.22, 0.3, 0.44, 0.55, 0.6, and so on. So these are 10 different values of XA we have taken between 0 to 1, and then we have to put this alpha value and XA value in this equation in this equation, and we can get the YA corresponding YA values. So at 0 it becomes 0, at 1 it becomes 1, but at different values the values are totally shown here. XA is 0.11, Y is 0.2, and so on. So in this way we have developed the data, really data here, XA and YA. XA means the composition of liquid A in the liquid phase, YA means composition of A in the vapor phase. And suppose I'm going to draw a graph. So in the graph it looks like this one. So XA, this is the X axis, and this is the Y axis. For every X value there will be a Y value for 10 values, so we can draw a graph. So graph, it is look like this one, but this is not very much accurate. To just to understand more visible and clear graph and how much it is important, for that thing we can add one more graph here, that is equal to Y is equal to X line. That will tells about how much it is basically have the difference between the alpha is equal to 1. What it means that I can show you in this one. Yes, what happened if you draw one more line, Y is equal to X line, and Y is equal to 45 line, this line. So this line, basically this line helps to give an idea how much is the difference between the YA and XA, in fact. So this envelope, we have developed this envelope, and this envelope is a very much useful. We'll discuss in the coming lecture about the importance of this envelope. But here, to give the importance of Y is equal to X line, this one, this equilibrium line, we have to draw a Y is equal to X line, that is the 45 line. So this 45 line gives a very important message, very important thing in the later on for so many calculations. That's why we have already draw for this one. And this graph is known as the XY graph. This XY diagram, you can say XY diagram, XY graph. So in this way we have developed the data, XY data, and as well as the graph with the help of the relative volatility. Now come to the second model, that is the based on the Raoult's law. We can develop the Willi data. Here the equations are related with the vapor pressures. So vapor pressures can be calculated with the help of temperature. We can know that it's dependent on temperature. So let us take the example of benzene and toluene. Their boiling points are given 80 and 110. Their A, B, C values, these three values are given for the Antoine equations. So we can find out the vapor pressure at any temperature with the help of the Antoine equations. So, and the total pressure of system pressure is given 760 mm, unit is very important, mmHg. Now the system pressure is given, means PT is given. So PT is known here. PA and PB you have to find out. So for PA and PB we have to first take the 10 different values of the temperature, and these temperature values should be between the boiling point of this lighter to the heavier, means the first value should be 80 and the last value should be 110, and then the remaining 8 value between the 80 to 10. So in this way we can just take out 10 different values. First temperature is 80, last temperature is 110, and in between we can take just any value. Just I have taken almost 3 point something the difference, so that we can have the equal differences between each temperature: 80, 83, 86, 90, 93, 96, 100, 100, 300, 600, and so on. So with the help of this equation Antoine equation, we can find out the PA, that is the partial pressure, that is the vapor pressure of A, and this is the vapor pressure of B. We can find out these two values, and what happened, you just put these PA, PB, and PT. This is PT. Put all these three values in this equation XA, and similarly put the XA value and P and PT value in this equation. We can get XA and Y. So all these data is basically generated and developed. So now we again go and develop the XY line. So this is the XY diagram. In fact, this is the XY diagram. So where already I have drawn this Y is equal to X line, that too tells about the importance of this actual line. This is the equilibrium line, that is this data, this is the Y and X line, this one, and this is the extra line that we have added here, that called the Y is equal to 45 line. You can say Y is equal to 45 line. So here x-axis is mole fraction of benzene, in fact, because it is A, benzene in the liquid phase. Y-axis is the mole fraction of benzene in the vapor phase. So there is one more thing here. We have X and Y data, as we have also shown in the relative volatility, but there is one more important data, that is the temperature base. So with this temperature based data, temperature based graph is very important. So that is known as a TXY. So this is also developed here. So with the help of temperature and XA and YA, we can develop the graph. This is XY and this is a TXY diagram. So where you see that y-axis is the temperature, x-axis we have the XA and YA. So at one time we have taken TA and XA, and other time we have this graph. This is the basically TA and XA, and this is TA and YA. So we'll discuss more details, but how to develop these graphs with the help of the Rao's law, that is the basic purpose of this slide. So this is all about so VLE model and VLE data and VLE graph, how it looks like. So this is the topic of the phase equilibrium. I hope this is completed, and thank you very much to all of you.